Okay, my impressions of the Moscow Puppet Theatre are, it's a very friendly and homely building. It's more of a film set than a theatre. All theatres are crazy, even modern new theatres are difficult to find their way around. But this is impossible. I feel sometimes I could be here for the rest of my life, walking down corridors and ducking under and the administration office is like, you know, if you're shooting a television series, they have the office, the kitchen, and it's just like that, you know.
Yeah.
Box sets. It's like a theatre. The whole place is like a theatre. I haven't met any of the local performers really, apart from Jack and a couple of people who've been helping. But the administration people are charming, and the theatres are very nice. And what I like about old theatres and old buildings are the ghosts of yesterday's audiences. All theatres have ghosts, and I've never felt frightened or threatened in any theatre. And I've worked in theatres on my own as a technician at night, big London theatres, 3,000 seat theatres. I always feel comfortable there. I think my performance is a Castello booth, punch frame. And I always, if I'm working outside on a field, grass, when I move like that, I damage the grass. And when I leave, there's this patch, sacred place. It will always remain so. So I very much enjoy my work, and I enjoy coming to Russia because it's a country that seems to me to be somewhat outside, and the people are very different, very appreciative of what I do, and this is quite an honor because some of these Russian cities have very dedicated theatre audiences. I was in Orenburg this summer, and they had 2 professional puppet theatres, 2 professional drama theatres, a musical comedy theatre, and an orchestra that tours worldwide. So Russia is a theatre country, and I'm very flattered that my work is so well received that I'm continually invited back. And I hope to be invited back again and again. I feel part of the Russian puppet theatre. I am part of the Russian puppet theatre.
And have you seen the performances of this festival? Your impressions?
Well, the performances of this festival have been very well chosen, very, very carefully chosen, put together program. I think that my impression of the acting in the Russian theatres is outstanding. I think the level of training that must go into training and putting an actor on the stage in a puppet theatre, it must be enormous. Dramatic theatre is mainly talking heads, it's mainly conversations. But this in puppet theatre, this is hugely complicated. And I have to say, my impression of Russian puppet theatre is that there is a tendency to overproduce. That is to say, when you're in a rehearsal, you have lots of ideas, all sorts of rich ideas. We welcome all the ideas from everyone's opinion. But when we get into production, we must, we do in the English theatre, we refine. We say less is more. In the Russian theatre, it seems that more is better than more. So for these actors, I feel sorry for them sometimes. How do they retain that? Oh, Hamlet. Hamlet on stage, a full production of Hamlet. Hamlet is on stage for 3 hours, and he only comes off to change costumes. 3 hours of dialogue to remember. That's something. But to remember dialogue and where to move these endless pieces of puppetry, pieces of paper, scene changes, props, I really think they are outstanding actors. We don't have anything like that in Western Europe. Not at all. Not. I don't know what the training is. And they're so brave. I'm sure you could tell a Russian trained actor to do anything and they would simply be able to do it. They seem to be able to sing, dance, fight, manipulate puppets. It's a wonderful training. I wish we had it in the West. We do not have, in Britain we do not have a puppet profession. We have a few companies who are based themselves on education and on children, so they get grants. We have a few individual professional puppeteers, of whom Stephen Mottram is one. His company, he's an artist in this sense. The English Oxford Dictionary says an artist is defined as someone who lives by his art. Mottram lives by his art. I live by my art. Without punch, I don't have any income. There are very, very few of us like this. So I wish we did have, and the puppet school we do have is stupid.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.